Hey you guys, welcome to Allie's Space to Craft, and I decided to tackle one of my daughter's senior album photos. A couple of weeks ago, her boyfriend took her duck hunting for the first time in her life. She did not shoot. She did not, I don't think, touch the gun, but he got his limit of 4 ducks, and so I wanted to document this new experience for her. So I found this camouflage paper at Michael's. I did a haul on it a while ago, and so I pulled out this Creative Memories cardstock that sort of goes with the lighter tan color in the paper. I think this color is called, maybe it's called cement. It was called with Creative Memories. I can't remember. But just decided in order to not tone down, but to not have just a full sheet of camouflage. So I like the framing of it. I am going to ink everything in brown ink. And I'm using walnut stain for this because it's a pretty dark brown here. And just going to get that down. This page came together really fast. I did spend some time pulling ephemera and papers out before I did it because I didn't have the page kit done. But I did think, I found this in my scraps because I had already cut into it. It's a Vicky Bouton sheet of camera, and it says "Say Cheese" on the back side. So I decided that might be a fun sort of shelf for the page. And then I'm going to go ahead and use another part of this cardstock. And then some of the scraps that I pulled are these green, which goes really well with the paper, with the base paper. So I'm going to do all 3 photos, and then one of the photos I'm going to end up double matting with a darker green just to emphasize it. So when I first did this, I thought I was going to do the photos across the page in a row, and I ended up doing it in a square, which worked out well, but it wasn't what I had in my head to start with. But you know, sometimes the paper speaks to you, and this is the paper scrap that I had. So I'm just going to cut it to fit. And then I'll move some things around. So I have room for a title, and then this shelf at the bottom for it to sort of sit on. That paper that I just set aside does come back at the very end. I realized that she needed a journaling spot because I filled her journaling, what I thought would be journaling spot, with ephemera. So I decided to add one at the last minute. So this is a little bit warmer brown than the other colors on the paper, but I'm okay with that. I like the motif of it. I think that I realize I need to ink all those papers, all those mats, photo mats as well. So now I'm just going to start auditioning the different ephemera that I pulled. I went into my ephemera binders, and I went to the outdoors one, and I think the color one. And in the color one, I looked at greens, and I looked at creams and whites and that kind of stuff. I think it's kind of funny that sticker says freshest quality and he's holding a fresh duck. So I thought that was somewhat humorous. And then I had this little boat that has been in my stash for ages, and they went out on a boat fishing. And then I also had this sticker sheet, this dimensional sticker sheet that I bought at the same time that I bought the camouflage paper. So here I'm going to remember to ink everything. And then I just wanted to emphasize that last picture where they're holding all the ducks and in front of the boat and everything. And I like that picture a lot, so I wanted to emphasize that. And then we've got that little boat at the bottom. And then, oh, and I pulled a little map and a little cup from my outdoors/camping ephemera. And the little Jeep is cute. And then I'm pulling the ducks here. And I'm keeping those at the top of the page, since they are flying ducks. I didn't want them at the bottom. I was trying to decide which letters I wanted to use to write the word duck. And so I pulled these. They are wood grain, but they were gray wood grain. So I'm going to ink them up and change the color of them. I end up doing it even darker so that I can get a little more contrast with the paper. It's not a very creative title, but I'm okay with it. Just inking everything up, especially the boat. It needs to be a little aged. I could probably have aged it even a little bit more. Gonna pop it up. And then there's a couple other things. I think I'm gonna pop up that Jeep and then a couple of other things. And then these things can sort of sit inside that boat. So just trying to layer up the embellishments here. And this one said open season, so I thought that would fit in well. It is foam and pretty dimensional, so I just am trying to make sure it fits still under, not over the boat. Just changing the angles on some stuff. And then this is a little pair of binoculars. I changed the angle on those. I didn't like the way they were sitting. And then a little quail, maybe? And he shoots quail and ducks. So I'm just looking for the right colors. I found a green, and then I find a beige that will work from Pink and Maine. So just going to use a combination. And I decided to pull in this sort of orangey red, even though they're not wearing, you know, safety orange, but there is some orange in that little freshest quality sticker. And then there's some orange in the boat. I think there's you can see a life vest in there. So I decided that it's okay to add a little splash of that color in the enamel dots. And now we're ready for some close-ups. Thanks for watching, you guys. Give this video a thumbs up. I've got more senior album pages to do. Oh, and here is the little journal box. I just tore both top and bottom and inked it to tuck it in so that she has a place to talk about her experience. Now, getting her to actually write it is going to be the challenge. So please come back for more and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Thanks a lot.